let's talk about recording do's and don'ts. Recording do's and don'ts with me exonerated here today on the Spinalcraft server. A big recording don't. Do not, under any circumstances, do not forget to turn your mic on when you're recording, which is what I did for this build. I spent the entire day earlier today, I say entire, really probably took me about 2 hours, going through and deciding how I wanted to reorganize my wool. I wanted to move it down into a self-sorting system. The big thing that I wanted on every level was the ability just to toss my wool and go. I looked at several redstone options that gave me the ability to say put something into a dispenser. The dispenser knows it's got something in it, fires it into the chute. I didn't like that for a couple of reasons. Every workaround I did put well, we'll start with this. The middle of the column for all 4 farms is right here. Now, that's not even so big a deal. But the workaround for the system that I had in place with the dispenser that automatically fired actually came out to here just about. So, in fact, I think it was here. The problem with that is it blocks the beacon. So move the beacon, you say. Well, if I move the beacon, I really wanted it in the middle, but I left it empty in the middle for the chute that was supposed to be here. So rather than beat my head up over a redstone contraption that I just wasn't happy with, I decided to go with the tried and true easy method, and that's to have water just launch the stuff out into an empty column. So on each level here, you'll see there's a small water chute, and if I throw something into it, say one of these raw salmon, of course I have to hit the hole. There we go. So the raw salmon goes into the chute. In our case, it'll be wool, though. The wool goes into the chute and comes down to the bottom of this glass column. And the bottom of this glass column is here, I'll break this block, is a water stream that runs along ice and into this fence post here. The fence post causes the item to float up, where this water stream catches it and sends it on through an array of hoppers. I used a DocM style Zip Crowd, I believe are the ones who came up with it, but he's part of them, style sorting system, where each sorting system is set up with the color wool I want in it, along with some spacers, and then it feeds each of these chests down here. Now, I had worked on fish hasn't made its way yet. I had worked on a system where I was going to try to stack the chest too high, and my only problem with that is that it really didn't give me the opportunity without a ton of hoppers to make it happen. And then I had to worry if the chests were on top of each other, if it was going to pull from the row of hoppers from below and above, and it just became a mess. It got easier to put them down in one row. So I put 8 colors on one side, 8 colors on the other. And then I have the sorting going all the way through, and then 2 fish still have not shown up. Of course they'd get kicked out. I need to put a hopper up in the top of this in order to make this system really what it should be. But at any rate, this was what I had recorded for today, and nonetheless, I did not record it with audio. So, we're going to do something else. I don't know what yet, but I think we're going to go ahead and start working on some design elements for the building grounds, around the wheat building. Tyrant himself, which is the guy I share the space with, he's actually my brother. He's been busy at work with the storage room. It's a lot different than the last time you've seen it. He's gone through and done some elements on the floor with some lighting and glowstone. He's got multiple lines here with the multiple color clays plus the brick. He set up the passageway on the one side where our alchemy brewing stands are going to go. And then over here on the other side, he set up the entrance for the smelting station. We have a door up there, and that door up there is going to be for us to be able to refuel the smelting station. It's going to use lava buckets. Over here, we're going to have a doorway, and this doorway, when I don't go breaking bricks out of the bottom, is going to lead straight over to our cow and pig killing chamber. And then we have another door, which, maybe lock that up. We have another door over here in the back corner. And this one is leading over to our cactus farm, which we are seeing pretty good rates off of our cactus farm. In fact, let me go ahead and grab these real quick. I've mentioned the cactus farm design before. It's not anything overly complicated. We are up to our 5th chest. These 3 are full. This one's full, and this one's our next one. So we're up to almost 5 chests of cactus full. But at any rate, we've been really busy working things out, trying to figure things out. I did have some footage of this, but again, it was... Yep, it was without audio. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some clay here, or grab some soil rather, and we're going to go take a look at the grounds around the wheat farm. I want to get a lot of it set up with grass and whatnot. In fact, let me put the stone away. And jump. There we go. I want to be able to go and add some grounds to it and just kind of fill it out. Tyrant is going to come behind me and do the facade on the wheat field building. And when he does, we'll get some footage of that up so you guys can see that as it works in progress, rather. So let me grab some stuff and we'll start terraforming and heading over that way. And I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright, we're back. And here we are coming up on the wheat field. The massive wheat field of massiveness, amazing, etc., etc. We haven't really done a whole lot to the grounds around this farm. We did set up so that we can just put a veneer on the outside. A veneer is probably the wrong word, but it's what I'm using. We did a little terraforming over here with some spruce trees, which I really like. We have this back side we really haven't put any effort into. And then, of course, we got the back of the building here. The back of the building leads up to our ice block, which is actually full now. That didn't take hardly any time at all. I guess as soon as I take a character away from it, it decides that now's a good time to start making ice. So it did. It didn't waste any time at all. I want to convert a lot of this gravel into dirt and have the dirt start fading into gravel as it goes uphill. I want the idea to be that this is kind of like a farmland sort of spot, and then the hill gets progressively less green as it goes up. So you'll see a little bit of grass and streams going up, and then you'll see it cave into this gravel path of sorts going up. I do want to put some buildings at the top of this mountain. And I do have some projects in mind specifically just for the top of this mountain that I'd really like to be able to take advantage of. So in order to do that, I've got to whittle some of this down. What's up, Zomble? And so that's kind of like our next product, or wrong word again. I'm in a wrong word kind of mood. That's going to be our next project. There we go. That's the word I wanted. So I'm going to whittle some of this down. I'm going to set up some grass. Probably move a beacon over here, to be honest with you, just to expedite things. I have one on the far side, but it doesn't quite reach this. So I will be back when I've made some progress on this land. Okay, let's take a small break here from the clearing out of the mountain. I fell down in that hole because I was swarmed and found a bunch of zombies. So we're going to check out the loot real quick. Iron ingot, name tag, gunpowder I can always use. Another record. Everybody's got cat. I'm going to take the gunpowder. And I'll take the wheat. What the hey? No pun intended. I'll break those chests though. I'm going to keep the chest. Get rid of... There we go. Yeah, I was sitting here clearing out the hill, and I thought, wow, I keep hearing a ton of zombies. Where are they coming from? So I cleared out part of the ground. Gravel dropped because it updated, I guess, and I started getting swarmed by them. I came around here just lighting up, and ta-da! Zombie spawner right underneath of me. I don't actually have a zombie spawner like grinder set up yet. Don't really like all the loot from the zombies. I mean, there's zombie flesh, but I get those from the gold farm, so I don't really worry about stockpiling zombie flesh for 1.8. Guess we'll just go down and light some more of this up and then get back to work. Wow, lots of zombies under here. Hey there, guy. Yeah, I don't feel like playing with you guys right now. I'll come back and do that off camera. It is kind of nice to see. And I had zombies. Yep, there's another one. Coming from up underneath this direction. Attacking me. You probably saw me turn around before I jumped down the hole and kill off a gold zombie. And I think he came out of there. He figured maybe he couldn't path to me any other way, so he came out up top trying to go after me. And here's his gold pants that I didn't collect. So, guess I'll get back to work. Just thought I'd show that. Rain, rain, go away. But not in Minecraft. The rain is here forever. What I've gone through and done is gone ahead and leveled out the ground, took out a good portion of the hill here, and started putting down some grass. I put a couple of spots of grass down, and it's growing at its own pace. What I want to work on while I'm over here terraforming is kind of a path to get up. And what I thought the best way to handle such a steep incline would be to do retaining walls. So I'm thinking maybe a retaining wall comes out like this. Let's see. No, this one's one too far, I think. Because we want it to have like a bit of an arc, but we want it to be stair capable. So then maybe we have 3 wide stairs. I have a path over here and a path over here, and I want them both to be able to connect. So this is going to be the retaining wall, and it's going to be up a couple of blocks. So let's say with torches, 1, 2, 3 is the main width. Like that, and it curves a little bit, and we'll just say it curves like that once it gets to the top. And then over here we need to be able to have another way up. The main landing is going to be basically this is 3 across, so 4 there. So this little 5 by 5, I guess, including the corners. This little 5 by 5 square is going to be our main pedestal where we start going up to the next level, and it will be up at this height limit. So what I want then is I want these stairs coming from this side to be able to sweep up without slowing down and continue to run like mad straight up. Conversely, I want to be able to come from this direction where the wheat farm is, come out of this exit. There will be an exit here. Come running along the pathway and hit these stairs also running. So I think those stairs are going to sweep that way. And these... yeah, I think these stairs are going to sweep this way. Actually, let's see here. I may do this 1, 2, 3 like that, and then the stairs will be this way with a path. There we go. That should be, if we run, yeah, that should be a nice sweep up. So this is just basically, we're just laying out a path here. We've got, again, the path coming this way from the wheat farm, and we'll have an actual path in the grass here. And then we've got another path that's going to come from over here where we do our mining. It's going to come up this hill, and it's going to path over and be able to join this as well. Both paths are going to be able to merge up on this walkway up here and continue up the hill. And then we're probably going to have another path that just kind of winds its way like this. So we can connect these two. Hello, Zomble. So we can connect these two paths at the top there with the little retaining wall, but then they also can continue to do their own thing. Once the facade of this building is built, then we can come through and start putting up some trees and some terraforming. I think I've got another idea for a project I want to put on that, where that little hill is right there. But that'll come later on down the line. How bad is my aim today? Not so bad. So let me get a little bit more done on this retaining wall, and hopefully the rain will go away, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and this is what I've got going on so far. Build a retaining wall back a little bit. Came out a little bit further than I originally had marked. You can kind of see that with the path here. But I've got some paths leading up that I'm pretty happy with. The one from the wheat farm, you can handily run up it, no problem. And then this other side, leading down to the farm, or to the mine rather, is a little awkward right here, but I feel like it has to be in order to careen up. So I might play with that a little bit later on, but for now I think that's about where I want it. Got it at the top. I've got some grass growing up here. This wall is going to go back probably to here, probably another 3 layers back. I'm just going to clip the mountain all the way across. I did carry the retaining wall for the first level back a little bit, and I'm going to just take it back probably straight into the mountain here and let this all be normal hill. Going to definitely cover up this gravel also with dirt and let it grass over. It's a lot easier to feed into what I'm looking for if it's dirt, a regular dirt mountain instead of this god-awful looking gravel. Gravel's meant for paths. It's not meant for mountaintops. It just looks disgusting. So at any rate, I'm going to continue to work a little bit more, and I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and I have been unbelievably busy here. Just show you a little bit of what's going on. Let me get down here and get over in front of what I've been doing. I started leveling off land and terracing up. I showed these 2 stairways, one that's going to feed in from the end of this building and the other that's going to feed in from that path. But you can see there's a lot of stone brick in this build. In fact, let me see if I can get up a little bit for you. There we go. First tier anyway. So what I decided to do is I'm going to take each of these tiers and kind of wrap them around into this hillside here. And I've started covering the hillside in dirt from the top. And then all of these tiers are going to roll into that mountain at whatever point they hit it. So one of them will hit it like here, and the other one will come along and hit it maybe here, and so on and so forth, till they all just blend in with the mountain. Each tier is pretty much the same. I have the half slabs here, the smooth stone half slabs, leading up into a grassed area. And then this one goes up. I did make it a little cut off to the side in case for whatever reason I wanted to get up there. But then I have this side as well. I had a difficult time with this stairway. It comes up, passes that level, and then passes another level, and wraps around up to this level here. This is the level that I've just started working on. Still have a little bit of a ways to go, but what I've noticed is if I come around here, and actually these are all going to disappear. If I come around here, this sweeps around, and I can actually make a pretty easy arc up to the top of this mountain just through the grounds that are here, so I won't have to do so much terracing to get up. In fact, what I'm going to try to do is rough this mountain out a little bit less, smooth it down, and then work my path up to be a little bit more natural. So there's less terracing, and the stone brick will give away to the natural stone until we reach the peak up there. On all these tiers, we're going to go through and work out some sort of, flower beds, trees, maybe a water element or two. Have to be careful with that because of the terrain's location. Some water elements will freeze, so I'll work out something. Maybe I can find a good height to start it at where I won't have any issues. The other thing that I had to do a lot of backfill on, I spent an awful lot of time on, was the swing of this upper staircase here. I'm one of those guys who prefers to have his stuff completed properly, and you can see I left a block here on purpose. The block wall looks like it fits in. It meshes everywhere well, except for right here. And this is an important thing to pay attention to when you're building. You don't want your wall of stone resting on just some measly piece of gravel or dirt, as was the case right here. You want to make sure that you go ahead and put the blocks going all the way down. And what that does is it helps provide a sense of kind of oneness to the surroundings. It makes it as though your wall is actually built into the mountain. It's not just some blocks resting here. It's, you can look along this whole wall how it meshes down. There's no dirt directly supporting it. So it looks from a distance as if the wall is, or not the wall, rather. It looks from a distance as if the wall itself is built into the hillside. If we back up a little bit, you kind of get a better idea of what I'm talking about here. As soon as I learn to control my keyboard. The only way I could even go even further is to take out some of this hill here and bring down the mountain even more and make it part of the wall there in front of our caving door. I did miss a few over here. Some of these I left on purpose just because I wanted to be able to point out. This is something that a lot of people building don't ever seem to pay attention to, but it can make a big difference in the product that you put out. I think that's it there. Let me post back up and double check, make sure I got it all. Yeah, that's it. So you just want to make sure you bring down. See, now it looks like this mountain here, this wall was here, and the dirt is just leaning up against the wall as the wall scales up. So I'm going to continue to work on this a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that's the end of the episode. I'm pretty excited about the progress. I did put some of these glowstone in with the trapdoors on them. I like that for a lighting source. So I'm going to go through and kind of implement those when and where I can. So that one, I think it looks really sharp on the edge of the wall like this, but also too to provide the lighting so I don't have to use all these silly torches. And once we get the flower beds and stuff in, we won't need the torches anyway. We'll be able to use jack-o'-lanterns for lighting. So this is Exonerated signing off. I hope you all enjoyed the episode. and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.